today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two former division rivals in the old AFC West, the Seahawks and Chargers, are underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Smith going to look to throw right away. And incomplete to open things up.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Now in his fourth year, you still have to marvel at the type of athlete that DK Metcalf is. Honestly, unfair to ask some corners to lock this guy down, and as we know, not many can. 75 catches, a career-high 12 touchdowns last season, and a first down with that catch.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Throwing is Smith. Deep ball for Goodwin. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith, left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's brought down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Penny will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. Los Angeles taking the field, led by Justin Herbert, third-year man out of Oregon, whose career is off to an incredibly productive start.
It feels like hyperbole, but it's actually reality. In only 2 seasons, we've seen Justin Herbert do things rarely or never seen before in the NFL. He's one of only 9 quarterbacks now with a 5,000-yard passing season and made the Chargers a top 5 offense for the first time since 2010. He is also the only quarterback to ever throw at least 30 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons and set a record for completions over that same span.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. This is swung out to Eckler, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Penny up the middle. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Geno. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop. And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing, because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. DeAndre Carter back deep. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you? Those don't ever go away.
And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On first down, Justin Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, it's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Five yards remain on second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Give him another one right back to Allen. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Herbert throwing again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Again, Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Herbert back to the air. And that one incomplete as it breaks a string of 8 straight pass completions.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett from 8 yards out. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Geno on first down, and his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Smith. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Dances by him. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. From the 16, Herbert. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now it's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Smith.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Running on first down, Eckler. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. Able to slither by. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Herbert now. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Inside handoff, Penny. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Smith now to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route, and the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, Smith. This is the tight end Fant. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now it's Penny running right, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Smith. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. .42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And out now come the Seahawks.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
On 1st down, it's Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Smith. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
From the 50, it's Smith.
Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
Well, they caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the 4th quarter driver's seat, still up 3.
A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. The Charger drive about to get going. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin.
Herbert has it knocked free.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Herbert.
Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. It's Eckler again. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to swell the lead to 6. Hopkins' kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down on the scoreboard. 1:37 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Smith. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Now it's Smith. He's going to let it fly. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. Victory formation, time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Charles, in these lower-scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They played turnover-free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football. That led to the victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.